Welcome to the Jamesburg Presbyterian Church. Today is Wednesday, April the 14th. I'm going to turn the spotlight on, so just give me 1 second. So I want to show you a deck of cards, famous words of a magician. Most magicians will produce this deck of cards, not this exact deck of cards, but this name brand of cards, because these are the cards that we see at CVS. These are the cards that we see at the grocery store. We usually pay $4.50 at the grocery store for them, but unless you buy them in bulk, and I don't know if you know you can do that, but you can go to Sam's Club and you can get a box of these cards. This particular box I bought some time ago cost $14.86. I think now they sell for closer to $20. So a deck of cards for me, when I buy them in bulk like this, costs about $1.55. That's what this deck of cards costs, $1.55. I like these cards because they have a plastic coat finish on them and they glide. So when I spread the cards out and have a person pick a card, any card, the cards don't stick together. They glide, and it's easy to pick that particular card. Anyway, that's this deck of cards. But I was in a grocery store or a CVS recently, and I saw this deck of cards. This is part of the Element series, and this is the Flame deck. And I thought, wow, that is a really attractive looking deck of cards. These cards also have the plastic coating on them. I paid $6.95 for these cards, but look at how cool they look. When I get these cards out, not everybody has these cards. Not everybody has seen these cards before. So it makes the trick look a little more mysterious. $6.95. But recently, I started getting turned on to a magic store. And the magic store is called Theory 11. Ooh. So I bought a box of Theory 11 cards. These cards cost $9.95 plus shipping and handling. And these are even serial numbered. They have the name of the magic store kind of in the design. If you look at it close, it has a T11, Theory 11. Ooh, gold backs. Not anybody has these cards. You have to be pretty cool to own a deck of cards like these cards. $9.95 plus shipping and handling. I went to a magic meeting, and at that magic meeting, there was a magician there who had dragon cards. Oh my goodness, dragon cards. This was during the time of Game of Thrones, and everything dragon was really important. Golly gee, you have to have dragon cards. I mean, what kind of schlub would you be if you didn't have dragon cards? And even the face cards look cooler than the regular cards. These cards cost me $20. $20. So I have a deck of cards for $1.55, a deck of cards for $6.95, I think that was it, $9.95 plus shipping and handling, and $20. Lean in, because I want to tell you a secret. All of these cards were made by the same company, the United States Playing Card Company. All these cards were made at the same factory in Cincinnati, Ohio. All of these cards were made with the same paper and the same plastic waffle weave. All of these cards were made by the same people. All of these cards were printed with the same kind of ink on the same machines, which means that if they can sell this deck of cards for $1.55 and make a profit, then this deck of cards is only worth $1.55. This deck of cards from Theory 11 is only worth $1.55, and certainly the dragons are only worth $1.55. But I imagine there was somebody sitting in a room somewhere, an office, and said, you know, if we made dragon cards, I bet there's some moron out there that would pay $20 for them. Ta-da! All of the cards are the same. They just have different appearances to them. So where am I going with this? Book of Genesis is interesting in that it says all of us were created by the same God. There wasn't like a contest where a couple gods got together and said, you know, I'm going to create a human being, see what you can do. You come up with some other design, and they all got together and said, look, my person's better than your person, which is better than your person. Nope, that isn't what happened. The book of Genesis makes it clear that we all came from the same God. All of us are like these decks of cards. We have the same value. There isn't one of us that's superior. There isn't one of us that's inferior. There isn't one race that's better than another. There isn't one hair color that's better than another. There isn't one eye color better than another, or skin color better than another. There isn't one nationality better than another. We're all the same, like these decks of cards, made by the same God. Decided to see what a human body is made up of. Did you know that a human body is made up of 65% oxygen, 18.5% carbon, 9.5% hydrogen, 3.2% nitrogen, 1.5% calcium? I would have thought that we were a lot more calcium than that. 1% phosphorus, 0.4% potassium, 0.2% sodium, 0.2% chlorine, and 0.1% magnesium. And do you know, if I went out and bought all of those ingredients, do you know how much a human body is actually worth? $576. Of course, we're worth a lot more than that. We're worth a lot more than that to our families, to the people who love us, to the people who know us. But sometimes what we do is we develop a prejudice towards a particular group of people, fill in the blank, and we decide that they're not as valuable as we are, that we are far more valuable than they are. Well, here's a reality check. You're a deck of cards. You're not worth anything more than any one of these other decks of cards. If you're a deck of cards, you're made by the same company, on the same paper, with the same plastic waffle weave. You do the same, you're made by the same people. I mean, you are a human being, you're created by God, you're loved by God unconditionally. And that's the way we ought to treat each other. Love each other unconditionally. We need to get past all the prejudice. We need to get past all this bitterness and racial hatred. We need to get past even the political divide that divides us so significantly. We are all one. Like these decks of cards, there isn't one of us better than the other. There isn't one of us worse than the other. We are all the same. Get over it. Love each other the way we are called to love each other by a God who loves each one of us as if we were the only person on the whole planet. Stay safe, stay well. See you soon.